Welcome. We are your hosts, Chris and Tammy.
In this podcast, we dive into the mindset for networking strategies and skills you'll need to build a solid foundation to build a global business.
We've built a multi-million-dollar business and have mentored thousands of people around the globe in the last 25 years.
That there is some really important point that we want to share with you that we believe can really help you, of course, if you do take action on some of the things that we're going to share with you. At the end of the day, there are some constants in life that just never change, like gravity. It doesn't matter if we're dealing 10 years ago, 2 years ago, 6 months ago, or yesterday. There are some principles that are extremely important to create an organization, to sustain an organization, and also to have success building an organization. Tammy, you want to say a few words before we begin?
I'm excited to get started here because I know that it's critical to have a great duplicatable system if you want to succeed in our business model. And trust me, Chris and I have gone through trial and error and ups and downs and you know, teams growing, teams falling, and through the journey of this process, we had a lot of learning experiences, and we still get our learning experiences every time we get on different courses. You know, we might know a lot of the basics of what to do, but sometimes something really interesting comes along, or a different way of saying something, and it just makes it more exciting.
And also, I wanted to mention, Tammy and I, and we'll talk about this, but Tammy and I spent a lot of time and resources on personal growth and mentoring and mentors, and people coming from the outside world. And I'm telling you, folks, the training that you're going to see here this evening is a summary of all of that. And it's really interesting because I don't know why I'm always amazed, but like I said, constants are constants, right? There are some principles that work regardless of who does what. They're just principles that are the base foundation to have success within our organization. So in getting started, what's I think very important here to ask the question is, are you duplicatable? See, we teach, we preach, follow the system. But are we doing it? Or are we just shortcutting it? And I'm telling you, this is something that I can also relate to, because I remember even today, sometimes we're going to shortcut certain areas, to skip certain steps. And when we do that, it always has a repercussion. See, you learn more by what you do than what you say. You can tell someone to do something, but people tend to follow through when they see you do that thing.
Always walk the talk. That's the big thing, is people are watching you constantly as you sign people up in this business. At first, they came in because of you more than anything. And they believe that you can lead them and guide them so that they can accomplish their dreams. So you want to be out there constantly leading and teaching and guiding, and that will be duplicated when people see it come from you first. I always say the first circle in your organization is you. So you need to duplicate the system. And by duplicating the system, you're actually building your organization, and your team members are going to see that as well.
The question is, what you do, is it duplicatable? And that's a very important question that you need to ask yourself. See, everything you do sets an example, right? What others think they need to do. These are practical constants, if applied, will serve you well. And there's 7 really kind of topic that we want to cover today that I really believe if you do take that seriously, you will see results within months, definitely before the end of the year within your organization when it comes to your paycheck. If you do these things, your numbers will increase, your checks will increase, and the attendance of your organization will increase.
And it starts with the small step philosophy. Never underestimate the potential impact of every step you make or a decision you make in this business, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem at the time, because it is a journey. You need to understand that every single step counts. Just make sure that the steps that you do are going up and you're not taking steps backwards. So always do something every single day in your business that's going to move you towards your goal, to move you towards your target, whether it's a weekly target or a monthly target. So whatever it is that moves you towards it. And don't beat yourself up in the process, because you're going to have great days where you're like totally on your game. And then you're going to have days where you said you were going to do things and you're not going to follow through with it like you had intended. Don't beat yourself up. The next day you can make up for it, and just don't overwhelm yourself on too much in one day. It's better to say you're going to do less and accomplish it than to put too much and get disappointed. So the decisions you've made in the past will be reflected in your present. So always do something daily. And I'm telling you, you will get there.
And folks, again, I want to reiterate that the decision you made in the past will be reflected in your present. So in other words, at the end of the day here is don't be too caught up on past decisions. Today is a new day. We go into a bit more details on the ABCs of what you need to do and what you need to teach others. Because remember, it's not just about what you do, but it's also about what the people that you bring into your team will do after you've done the work. And this is why I'm asking you, are you duplicatable? And it starts by believing in yourself. Self-belief is extremely important. People, I'm not kidding, don't silly sign up because of your wonderful product or because of the wonderful company. It is part of it. Nobody wants snake oil. We understand that. But people sign up because of you. People follow people. I am telling you. It is not what you say, but it is how you feel about what you say. Often you probably heard me say, or Tammy in the past, it's not what you say, but how you say it. That's what it is. And that will portray into your confidence in yourself. And folks, listen, it's okay to doubt. It's normal to doubt. But the fact is, there is so much evidence, knowledge, training, calls to help you minimize the doubt to a point where there is no doubt anymore. There is no question anymore. Without a shred of a doubt that you can be successful. Your faith turns into your belief, right? The faith that you give into the industry, the company, the product, into yourself. Many of you have seen trainings that Tammy and I have done in the past on that, right? So that faith that turns into your belief will basically turn your belief into your passion.
Yeah, I just want to add something there, especially if you're leading a team right now. People will go over the top to when you believe in them. So always focus on elevating people in your business, in your team. Always focus on how can you guide to get them to the next level, because our goal as leaders is to help people build their belief to one step, belief to another step, to another step. So if you're new in the business, you're building your own belief. And the best way to build your own belief is to go out there and practice and connect and just take action. And in that action process, you start to build your confidence and belief that you can actually do it.
Consistency is absolutely critical, and we'll talk about that as we move forward over here. So as we keep stepping forward into the different points that we want to cover, number 3 is in the mindset. Folks, listen, you must always be positive. For example, if challenges occurs, which we know challenge happens, it's called life. And when challenges occurs, let me ask you, do you gossip within your downline or do you go upline? And this is the expression: negative goes up, positive goes down. So if something you're not happy about or something is not going the way that you would expect it to go, you never go and start filtering this through your downline. You go upline to get the feedback that you need. These are some of the principles that Tammy and I have learned for years, because I remember way back when, I started, I was new at this. I did not understand network marketing. I think I was like, 25 or 26. I forgot exactly how old I was. And, I was a little frustrated. And you know what? Your downline becomes your best friends. And here's the thing. You don't mean to gossip, but you start talking about what's not going well in your downline, right? Now, guess what? The problem is solved next week. But the problem is that issue that I brought up years and years ago now is continuing to filter down, and the problem's gone. So it's really, really important that what you portray out there, what you talk about, it will impact people. The conscious mind and the unconscious mind, I'm telling you, right? The conscious mind is the smallest part that everybody sees, that it's quite obvious to the world. But there's a big, significant amount underwater that nobody sees. The unconscious mind is so powerful, and what you keep telling yourself and repeating yourself, I am not kidding, will be what will remain.
You are what you think about. Whatever you put out there in your mind first, in your thoughts first, then you're moving towards, especially when you create an emotional response to it. That's why I love vision boards. Everybody should have a vision board, whether they're in network marketing or not, and to always evolve with your vision. And when you see something you truly desire, the emotion kicks in. And what happens is all of a sudden the universe brings things into your life that you would never have expected, so that you can move towards that goal or that dream that you've always wanted. So the key is to always focus on your goals, your desires. We all have great days. We all have bad days. When you catch yourself in a bad day, you have to pay attention to the thoughts that you have and the words that you are speaking, because it's so powerful. The tongue is so strong, and we need to pay attention to that. So you might as well put it into a great perspective and a goal, and something that's going to move you towards something magnificent in your life.
Wayne Dyer said that is you become what you think. So in a mindset, what's very important is having fun, be fun, create fun. I tend to be kind of coming from the engineering background, right? I'm kind of a numbers guy. I'm a little bit boring, I have to admit. And my wife is more colorful and fun and everything else. And folks, this is important also. It is really, really critical. Right? So it's what a team is all about, is the team combined together brings different personalities, different elements to really contribute to exactly having that mindset of fun. And folks, your attitude is so critical. That's why the very first training that Tammy and I do every time we open a new market is the attitude training, right? If your thinking is stinking, your organization is shrinking. So, sometimes if you're asking yourself, why is my team falling apart? Why is my team not growing? Why is it shrinking? Well, maybe it has to do with the fact is that they're not having fun. They lost sight of why they're doing this. And fun is part of the process, right?
Or maybe just in your head, you're thinking of what your team is not, rather than seeing the greatness within people and bring the best out of these people. Because not everybody is you. Not everybody can do what you do, but find what people, the characteristics of your team members, and how can you bring this all together? And I'm telling you, you've got lots of great skills within yourself. Find those skills and talents that you have, and find what you can create as a powerful team. Create a powerful team name, create a powerful team culture, And you'll see this will grow much, much bigger than you ever expected.
And we spent a bit of time on the mindset, because mindset is everything. It's so important. It is the foundation to every single step in building your business and your marriage and your family and your spiritual life, because I know there's different versions for different people. But the point here, folks, is you need to understand that your mindset is everything. What you teach and what you share plug in to personal development. I cannot stress this enough.
You got to take the time to put into what you want to achieve. You don't just randomly go out there and build this. You got to have a plan. You got to have an action strategy on what you want to accomplish in your week, in your month, in the year, setting your goals and your vision. What do you want to get out of this? When do you want to achieve that goal? How do you want to achieve it? What strategy have you put together? And why? More than anything, it's why do you want to achieve it? Because you're going to hit walls. It's called normal, right? So you want to make sure that your why is so impactful that it moves you forward. If it doesn't move you to want to pass that hurdle that you might be going through in this exact moment, then your why is not big enough. You got to go bigger or deeper into your why. And daily activities, you want to have goals on those and visualize it all the time. Everything that you want, you got to see it. And you got to see it like you've already got it. And that's how I walk around with everything that I have, is because I saw it. It was a thought. And then we materialize that goal by focus on moving towards it. And all these great things came our way to make it happen. And if we can do it, anybody can do it.
So in continuing and investing in yourself, personal growth is extremely important. From Jim Rohn, if you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. I mean, I'm sure most of you will agree with that.
I recommend to constantly evolve in things that you want to accomplish in your life. Investing in yourself always. Getting knocked down in life is a given. We all know that. We all get knocked down. I don't care what stage we are in our lives. We all get knocked down. Getting up and moving forward is really a choice.
And as we keep moving forward, now we move into to the stage number 5 is, listen, folks, take responsibility on your learning. I'll come back to this in a minute, where you can find these trainings in a moment. But in your prospecting, into your following up, into your 3-way calls, into your personal development, right? And moving forward into your relationships, the relationship with your downline, the relationship with your upline, the relationship with the company, right? The people you deal with, the relationship and your family and your significant others within your home. It's really important. Take responsibility in your attitude towards this business, towards the commitment that you made and wanted to make a difference financially, into your message, into the time that you spend and where you spend your time, right? These are responsibilities, and you need to take that seriously, right? It's not, oh, I heard it before. Maybe you did, but are you applying it? And because of lack of, if that's the case, are you still really prepared? Or should you go back to those trainings to be able to follow through, to be able to do these basic activities that I was just sharing earlier, because these are what we call the money-making activities, right?
I just want to go back to take responsibility in your relationships, because that one in particular it really stands out. You need to be there for your people. And when you're there for your people, you're building that trust, you're building that solid relationship. You know, people leave people, not companies. And we all need to learn this and understand this, because if you are there for your people, they will always stay. All right. So number 6, investing time management. It's all about scheduling your day, because if you don't schedule it, it's going to control your whole day. We all know that. We all been through it, where you didn't put anything down. You, in your head, you knew what you needed to do. And at the end of the day's gone. It's like, I got nothing done. We've all done this before. So you want to put your day on paper always the night before. First thing in the morning, you look at your schedule through the day. So you see what you have lined up. And in your schedule, you want to have some playtime. Let's face it. We all need downtime. We need playtime with our teammates. And then you want to have your no playtime, which is your work schedule. So you have to create that. That's your decision. Know your priorities. What's a priority in our business? People. We're in a business of service. So our priority is to prospect, invite, follow up, see where people are at, bring more value, sign them up, get them started right, create some team culture, team trainings, and so on and so forth. That's what we do. This has got to be in your calendar. This is your business, so take it serious. Who are you spending time with? Are you spending time with people who are just pulling you down and complaining and all of this stuff? Or are you spending your time with people who are hungry and want to build this? So your time is valuable. Okay, so you got to spend your time with the right people. They always say, pick your 5 that you can help get to another level. And ask yourself every day, what's the most important thing I need to do, that I need to get done today, that's going to move me towards my goal? Okay, that is got to be on your schedule. And talk to more people. Always have new business evolving.
And number 7 is trust, right? There is no greater trust than the trust you placed in yourself. It needs to begin with you. Really, really important.
And be there for your people, because not everybody is in the same situation as you. So you want to be empathetic with people, understand, and be a great listener. Sometimes people just need you to listen and not say anything, just so that they can just let things out. And the goal is always to make people feel good about themselves, make people feel good about decisions that they made, and help people get out of the stuck. Because we've all been in there. We all get all of this. And there's nothing worse than being stuck.
One thing that's really important here is seek first to understand and then to be understood. I know you've heard me say that a few times, and I use examples if our governments and country would just apply that rule. I mean, war would be a non-existent thing. But folks, it is really as simple as that. And sometimes in the heat of the moment, we're red, we're angry, we're uncomfortable, we're whatever the situation may be, that puts us into that state that we're just not listening and we're just kind of sharing out, right? That is a problem. So very important, when someone comes to you with a problem, right? Listen. Pay attention to what they are telling you. Just that alone is 80% of the solution. Just listen. Because when you listen, that person that has an issue or a problem feels that bulk, that load that they've been carrying is unloaded. And the moment you do that, or you give that person the opportunity to do that, then now they're in a position to, they're more relaxed. They're less red. They become more receptive. In the same time, you understand their point of view. So you could better comment on how to respond to whatever situation they're facing. Really pay attention that they're telling you, and not about what you want to tell them because you want to respond. Forget about that. Focus on what they're telling you, because you can grow an organization instead of imploding it. Really important. And the last point as we finish here is honesty. People grow if they meet life honestly, courageously, right? That is how character is built. It's all based on trust. It takes a year. It takes forever to build trust. It takes a second to lose it. We all know that.
Absolutely. And sometimes it can take years to build it back if you have good relationships, but sometimes it doesn't happen at all. So you remember, we are in a people business, and service is the key. If you want to succeed in network marketing, you want to be making your focus on people. Stay the course and focus and be consistent. And that has been our recipe for success over the years. That's the key, is know what you want, know the end outcome, know your 5 people or the people you need to help get there. You may be new in the business. So at this point, it's about you and learning and growing and taking some actions to get your first, and then get your second, your third, and then eventually you will get your 5 and hit your bonus. So the key is to stay focused.
Stay the course. So everybody, listen, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you for your attendance this evening, and thank you for participating. This is phenomenal. Have a great evening, everyone, and bye for now.